everyone, welcome back to A Vintage Vanity, and it is tea time. So grab your drinks, sit right down, and we're going to chat. We're actually going to be chatting today about lip lines and liquid lipsticks. So if you caught that little, I swatched my hand ahead of time, I know. And for tea, we're not fancy today. We're doing raspberry pure leaf tea, which it's a good tea. It's one of those that doesn't have any of that crazy stuff in it. It's pretty much just tea, sugar, citric acid, so none of that bad for you artificial sweeteners or high fructose corn syrup or things that you can't pronounce on the bottle. So it's a good one. It'll do in a pinch. Last time we tea timed, I talked about wrinkles and the fact that I'm getting really upset at the wrinkles that I'm getting around my lips. I've always had a little bit of wrinkly lips, I guess you would say. They've always been kind of small, and lipstick and all that has not been its best friend, but I've noticed lately that it's even harder and that I get a lot of bleed up into the lip lines. You guys did give me some good tips for wrinkles and all that kind of stuff, and I think over the next couple months I'm going to try some stuff out. So we'll definitely be revisiting the topic of wrinkles, but I think it deserves like kind of a trial and error kind of thing. So we're gonna go into the deep research mode for this one. I'm also one of those people who likes to put her makeup on her face and be done for the rest of the day. I don't like a lot of maintenance. I like to put it on and go and be confident that where I put my makeup is where it stays, that it doesn't wind up down here. Right? We've all had that happen where you think you're looking all good and you look in the mirror and you're like, what happened there? Not quite sure how my liner ended up down there, but there you go. So I'm always on the quest to find things that will stay where they belong. And a lot of people rave about liquid lipsticks. And I was like, hey, I love the way that sounds. You put it on your lips, they stay on your lips. And I was like, oh, this just sounds like it's heaven in a little lipstick tube, right? So of course I went out and bought one of the most popular ones, which is the Crime Time Velveteen Red Velvet liquid lipstick. I would probably say Lime Crime probably has one of the most popular liquid lipsticks. And let me tell you this. Okay, I've swatched everything. It's this it's the second swatch here, right in the middle here. It is a very, very beautiful blue red. Not too dark, and it's absolutely a stunning color. And you can see those first two swatches completely dry. Look at this, swatches. Okay, I did spill some tea on it, but look at that. You get a little bit of pull from the color, you know, but nothing. I mean, that's crazy, right? Especially for a red lipstick. So it's absolutely, this stuff says exactly what it is. You put it on your lip, it stays there. The color payoff is amazing. Now, I will say for these type of liquid lipsticks that dry like that, they are a little bit drying on the lip. So I always followed it up with just a pat, like literally pat it on just a little bit of like chapstick or something, just to keep it moisturized. If I don't mess up a word in a video, it's not one of my videos, is it? So there we go. Now this one, even with the liquid, even with a lip liner, it ran into my creases. Probably took, I would probably say about 45 minutes to 2 hours, somewhere around there. I'm not quite sure. But it took a couple hours before I noticed that it had bled up into the lips. So I wish I could say, oh, it's great, but if you have lip line problems and bleeding into them like I do not recommend this. If you don't have that problem, highly recommend this. This is, out of all the ones I have on my hand, this one is the most expensive one, going, I believe, about $20. The first one in the line there, right here, is Kat Von D's Outlaw. And once again, dries just as similar as to the Lime Crime. And you honestly, you get a little less pulling on it than you do with the Lime Crime. And I did notice this stuff, Oh, talk about staying in place. It actually had more staying power than the Lime Crime did, and the color payoff is just amazing. It was a little bit drying. I would say out of everything I tested, these two are the most similar to out of all of them. This one bled almost immediately. I remember one day I put it on before I did a video, and I think it was a hair tutorial or something. By the time I was done, it was like some kind of, I'm trying to think of like one of those movies, like not The Blob, but like some like Contagion movie where like the alien contagion like kind of leaks out. It was like leaking out all over my face, like going up. I think it's the strain right now that's kind of doing something weird with that. So this, I loved it so much. Everything about it is gorgeous. Same with this one. But again, you have lip line problems, this is not going to be your friend. And once again, I used it with lip liners. I used regular lip liners. I changed my lip liners thinking, well, maybe I just have to find the right one. Yeah, neither one of these worked well at all. This one runs, I believe, $19, so just a little bit cheaper than the Lime Crime. Other thing is, during my lipstick experimentation phase and trying out lip liners, I ran across one that I absolutely love. So I have to include it in this one. And it is the Lipstick Queen's Invisible Lip Liner, right? I love this stuff because you literally can't see it on the skin. And because if you're like me, a lip liner will change the color of your lipstick. And the problem is, if you love the color of the lipstick and your lip liner isn't an exact match, it will change it a little bit. And sometimes I don't want to fill in my lips, I just want it to be the lipstick. But of course, because of my lip line problem, I have to line my lips. This was the perfect solution. That way I don't have to have a gazillion lip liners. I could just have this one. I did not look up the price on this. I'm going to just guess at it and say it was around $15, and I picked this up at Ulta. If you want kind of one lip line to rule them all, this one would be the one. Oh, the thing with this one though is obviously right on the line of your lips, because then the color's not going to go over. So you basically line it right on the outside of your lips. And then moving on, I thought I would give Milani's Lip Intense Liquid Color a try. This, just like all three of them, have the doe foot applicator, so the packaging's a little bit different, but the delivery method is all the same for all three of them. This one right here. It's this beautiful pinky red, absolutely a lovely color. Now, I don't know if you can notice that, but it does not dry as matte. It is a little bit shiny, and it does pull a lot, right? Look at that. Now, oddly enough, even though obviously it is pulling off my skin there, and I put quite a few coats on so you could get a real good look at the color on that, this one actually has a really pretty good staying power. Obviously it's not going to be as staying power as these two right there, but I really enjoyed this. Obviously, how many times can we get an obviously count on today's video? It is going to wear off throughout the day, but you're still left with a beautiful color on the lips. So by the time it actually ends up wearing off, it doesn't actually wear off all the way. For the price, because this was, I want to say it runs about $9, can pick it up in your pharmacy, loved it. Absolutely loved it. And out of all of them, this is the one that actually took the longest to bleed, and the bleed was minimal. I could actually get away with wearing this in the evening and not having to worry so much about lip bleed. Not one for me to wear all day because of that. But if you're looking for a cheap alternative and you don't have the lip bleeding, definitely check out the Milani. Now, for the winner chicken dinner on this, and the funniest thing is the swatches on my hand actually bled. But I do wear these with lip liner, so the lip liner actually stopped the bleeding. So I find it absolutely bizarre. I know, right? I know. It's almost like it's trying to be like negating what I'm about to say. But it is the OCC Lip Tars. The lighter pink red, well, it's a pink with almost like a hint of red in it, is called Harlot. The darker color is called Vintage. And I've actually worn these. I combine them together to make like a deeper red out of this one. I've worn them on their own. I absolutely love them. They stay rather well. As you can see, it does have a little bit of pulling on it, but look, a lot different, a lot less than the Milani. And I also swatched them both up here, because what I love about these lipsticks is you can go for like a full coverage look. You just need the smallest amount to apply it on. You have to do it with a brush. What am I saying? Oh my god, what am I saying? I don't even know anymore. You have to use a brush if you're going to go for the full coverage look. But a lot of times what I'll do is I'll line my lip with my Lipstick Queen liner, and then I'll just take my finger and just kind of the smallest dab. Like this, these two right here are were a little bit too much for the swatching, which is one of the reasons why I think it bled. But these up here was just, I literally just kind of ran my finger along the top on one side and just kind of smudged it in. This is what I love about them. You can get a very toned down look as well. So you just take your finger and you just kind of the smallest bit and you just kind of smudge it into your lips and it stays. No bleeding. Stays where you put it. Absolutely beautiful lip color. I hope you guys really enjoyed this exploration into liquid lipsticks with people that have lip bleeding problems. I hope you guys found this really helpful, and please go ahead in the comment section below. Let me know if you've tried any of these, what your thoughts on these were as well. I hope you guys have a great day, and as always, if you're not tired of looking at this face, go ahead and check out any of my other videos, as well as if you don't want to miss what goes on here on A Vintage Vanity, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Be like, Jen, I want to see you a couple times a week. Don't want to miss it. Well, that subscribe button is free and it'll let you know when videos are posted and you don't miss a minute. I hope you guys have a great day and I'll see you soon. Bye.